Hello, everybody. It's like I was just doing this for the last 2 hours, but this is the one I've been excited for. Welcome back to the UG with Duff and Eazzzy. I'm Duff. He's Eazzzy. How are you, big fella?
Awesome. Just awesome. Great job, Duff. I know you get a lot of comments, but it's nice. Always a nice pat on the back. You do a great job. Like you say, pretty cool from where you came from. You know, I don't want to say stumbling through because you've got more stones than most of us, and you did a decent job all along. But how that whole CC tournament, the format of it, the hosting, and then just the graphics and just you're on top of it. You're tight. Everything is awesome. So good job on you.
Getting there. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of where that thing's ended up. We've got Eric Becker. Hello. Welcome to the UG with Duff and Eazzzy podcast. Lima, of course, getting his vodcast fix. We got to put that in the title. It's got to be a vodcast now. We're going to put a little...
that was a good name Lima came up with.
Trademark
I don't care. We
Lima.
can throw vodka in too. I don't care. We can drink some of that.
Trademark Lima. And then Knox Villain watching us as well. And a bunch of others that aren't there. And Banger joined us as well. UG Caddy. Of course, hot off the big. We can't do this without talking about this. Hot off. So, Whiskey Business French family in the final of the Ultimate Golf Country Club Championship Tournament. French family shocking everyone, I think. They actually had the lead twice in this game, and they went to 18 even with Whiskey Business.
Yep.
So we had Banger versus Boxer's Rule. Boxer's Rule went first on 18, left it a little short, and then Banger with the huge drop on 18, winning it for Whiskey Business. There is the championship logo there on the screen now. Man, it was fun. He was talking about how much his fingers or his hands were shaking there before taking that final shot, which was pretty funny.
Not wrong. He's not wrong.
I bet.
I played in the other format, and I was my fingers weren't shaking, but because muscle memory for me on those ones. But I was a little sweaty. I was a little warm. I was a little flush. I'm not going to lie to you, boys.
Yeah, they're not easy.
I think Webo said the same thing. Lima said the same thing. The nerves can get to you. I won't say get to you, but it's just, you know what? It's different. So
I think I earned myself a beer after that one. We're having a drinking show. Oh,
beautiful.
That is not good. Anyway, congratulations to Whiskey Business. And of course, look at that Ultimate Golf Caddy. Dropped yesterday. Was it yesterday now or this morning? I don't know. They all blend together. What day is it today? Dropped this morning. That was this morning I did that live show with Banger. So it's been on the market now. It's a little over 12 hours, doing really well from what I understand. And if you are to download it, you too can do really well at Ultimate Golf.
Yeah.
All right, big guy, we are here. We're back for some football news. It's been a minute. So I changed the title to the date on all these, and today's the 28th of January. I believe the last one we did was the 28th of December. So we are exactly 1 month late. Lots has happened in the football world.
Sure, yeah.
But we are down now to the playoffs, the Final Four. And I'm just going to go right to you. Oh, no, I forgot to do. See, it's been so long since we've done this format. So there are your teams for the scramble tomorrow. So they're not doing both games. They're just doing the late game. So Kansas City, KC is your code. Cincinnati, CIN is your code. You can go ahead and enter those now. I don't think the tournament's going to unlock for a little while, though. But you can go ahead and enter those now if you want. Or you can wait for Big Eazzzy's advice and maybe change up your pick. But all right, Big Guy, now I will turn it over to you. Your first slide is up. Big Eazzzy, take it away.
Yeah, so I borrowed that. We'll give props to Niners Pride for that little graphic. I could have done my own, but we were under the gun. So, you know, we're down to the Final Four here, and to be honest with you, I believe they are the four best teams in football right now, and for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I don't think you can go wrong in any way. Depends on what the finals are. You'll be probably surprised to hear my picks, but we'll see what happens here. So we're just going to breeze through these real quick. We only have 2 slides for each one. So lots of people talking about the quarterback. Who's, Mr. Irrelevant is what the official name of the very last player to get drafted in the draft is. and that was Brock Purdy, and he certainly is not Mr. Irrelevant. With San Fran's defense and with a couple of weapons they have, you really only need to be a game manager, but he's a little bit more than that. So here's just a quick, look at the numbers. The last 7 games these guys have played. So everyone knows Jalen Hurts and what he's done. He was a little bit injured. So look at the last 7 games. Records are almost identical, and you'd have to almost say the edge goes to Mr. Purdy. So we'll see what happens there. Great game moving forward. The only other thing that I would suggest is we've got the Niners defense against the Eagles offense. So that's probably where the difference is going to lie. I don't want to sit on the fence, but if you told me the Eagles won 24-21, I would give you $100 and I say you're right. And if you told me that the Niners won 17-16, I'd also give you $100 and say you were right. You picked the right game. This one to me is such a coin flip. I am partially cheering Niners. So because I'm getting points, I will be taking the Niners in terms of my play and my picks. But it should be fun to see. We'll see what happens. I mean, Philly's got an underrated defense as well. And San Fran Philly's got a really good defense, and it's spread out. San Fran's really, reliant on the one kid there, Bosa, who just crushes the bleep out of everyone. If you double him and you get away with it, you might be able to kind of avoid some stuff. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when Purdy is out or when Hurts is out. They chase him out of the pocket, and we'll see if he's as mobile as he can be. But it should be a great game. I don't have anything more for that game other than coin flip, and I'm going to take the Niners. I'll probably look at some live game betting options to see if if I can get a decent number one way or the other. But I think I've got some picks up there for you. So some suggestions on if you guys, I don't know if anyone does this or not, and if you do, you probably have your own, so you don't really need my advice, do you? But you can look at the defense and the offense there. Those are some numbers. They're both first, second, and third, in respective things. So I'm going to take the under. I do like the Niners, probably something like a 23-21, maybe even 19-17, something like that. That's what I'm going to go with. There's some props for you if you like any of that. Devontae Smith, Brock Purdy under. I think they'll rely heavily on Christian McCaffrey, though, if they've got a lead, and then they'll just pound the ball with him and the others. So, and I might actually, I think I have a bet on first touchdown for him. So anyways, that's my pick for that game. Just, we're not playing that game in the scramble, but it is what it is. So just thought I'd give you a little insight on that. And that's the NFC Championship game goes first. I believe that is the Hallis Trophy, named after the Bears owners, the Bears owner George C. Hallis. So the game that we are playing is the Bengals game. So same thing, very, very heavily quarterback driven. The talk of the entire week is high ankle sprain. What is that? What is it? Is that a break? What's going on? Until I see someone, get out run down a set of stairs and run out on the field and have to make his first cut with some 290 pound linebacker chasing him, I don't buy the foot. I don't buy the ankle is good. I don't buy it. I've had something like that similar before. Call it. It is what it is. There's so many different medical ways of calling it. Banger's had something like that too. And let me tell you, after the first week, you get on and you twist it and pivot. You take a golf swing. You do something weird. You step off a curb funny. That thing makes you scream like a son of a gun. So I don't know if he's been in the hyperbaric chamber, if he's been sleeping, if he's got drugged up. I don't know what's going on, but that is going to be a test. He's not going to be able to move. Having said all of that, they actually threw Chad Henne in the game last time, and Chad, they had the stones to call a passing play on the 1 yard line. Like usually it's like, get the running back the ball, get Pikachu some space out in traffic and get him off of the 1 yard line. And Henne took him down the yards for 96 or 99 yard touchdown. So they are confident in him. So if Patrick Mahomes is gimpy or falls behind and doesn't look like he can come back, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Chad Henne again. So anyways, here's the numbers. Narratives are made, people make narratives. Look at this. Oh, last 3 times I played 3-0, 3-0, 8. Yeah. You know what? I'm showing this because you can make a narrative for any situation you want in football. Don't buy into it. The Chiefs are still going to be strong. The quarterback does not, I know he's the leader, but he does not make the entire team. I think Duff might have had Kelsey on his fantasy team all year long. An absolute monster. Forget about beast. This guy's in a different, the over-unders are 2.5 and 3.5 for his touchdowns now. It's not just one, right? Like he popped 4 that one time? Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's insane.
These guys are amazing. Everyone said, oh, Tyreek Hill, they lost him. What's going to happen? They're better. They're better without Tyreek Hill. God bless Miami for getting them, but KC is still KC. You still have to go through them. But you know what? Joe Cool, it might be the most underrated, maybe not underrated, maybe not disrespected. It just maybe people don't think them as killers, but they've just gone out and what are they at 11 in a row now or 12 in a row, and they've just knocked the shit out of people. And I know that people might say they got the Bills at a bad time. It is what it is. They were beating them the night of that accident, and it was going to be messy that night. So let's not kid ourselves there. So once again, I'm going to give you my pick. I've got both dogs going into this game, guys. I really do. I really like Cincinnati. I think the Bengals are hot right now. The running game is there. The receiving game. I mean, they've got three number ones. Three number ones. I mean, easily three. And if Jamar Chase isn't doing something, they go to Higgins. And if Higgins is, they go to Boyd. I mean, they've got. Oh my God, it's just crazy. So, anyways, that's who I like, guys. Close game. I think it's probably a field goal game both ways. I actually put a bet in with both games going into overtime. That's how close I think they would be. That pays big bucks. But I'm gonna take the Bengals and I don't even want to call it a slight upset because I think they got out in the midweek at -1. They were the favorite at one point in time. I think the line is back to 2.5 KC. So, anyways, they're a 3-point game, both games. I'm gonna take Cincinnati. I don't think you can go wrong with either pick, but that's going to be my pick.
So there we have it. Big Guy goes Cincinnati. So CIN if you want to follow the Big Guy's advice. On the Sunday night scramble on Ultimate Golf. Yeah, you're talking tight ends. There's a big case lately for Kittle being named in that up near that premier tight end spot in a fantasy. I mean, obviously, you're too late for fantasy this year, but next year. I mean, Kelsey's obviously number one. But Kittle's making a name for himself in that big athletic dude spot known as the tight end position.
For sure he is. He's a beast back there.
You look at tight ends, go back like 30 years in the NFL, then look now. The tight ends from back then are it's ridiculous. They're like average guys. Now they're 6'7", 240. And their 40-yard time is like insane. They're so athletic.
And they're top 20 picks in the NBA. If they don't play football, they were power forwards in college, and they played basketball. So they're just leapers. They're so athletic. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Or there's probably they could walk on to any baseball team too, and they take them. Like you see these guys swing a bat.
They look like Judge. They'd walk up, and Judge would look small compared to these guys, and they'd say, "Oh, can he swing a stick? Well, let him take 3 cracks at it. You just got to connect once, right? Holy smokes, these guys
absolutely.
Are big. I know Mr. Becker's an Eagles fan, and I apologize, but I just think San Fran is got the momentum right now. I really do. I know they're going into the ugly confines of Philly where they booed Santa Claus. I don't think it'll be a blowout, Mr. Becker, but if you come and chirp at me and say my Eagles won 24-21, I won't be surprised. These games are that close.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow's matchups. It's fun, and like you said, we really did get the top 4. There's no Cinderella team this year. They're gonna be close games because of it.
Noxie, Purdy like no birdie.
Brock Purdy though, man, you talk about coming out of that Mr. Irrelevant spot. Yeah. I mean,
I took that Noxie. I took that as the Philadelphia Eagle birdie. So even a double entendres are there. Even the golf birdie versus the Eagle. Wow, you're on fire, Noxie.
What else we got going on in the world of sports? NHL is the race for Bedard at this point. My Canucks are stinking up the league. They're so bad.
Yeah. Coaching change. I think Tockett's your man. Give him a little bit to turn that around. I'm not sure that they can do anything this year in terms of, making a run for anything, but I think they can turn around a little bit of I hate to use the buzz term culture, but I mean,
it's a locker room issue. I mean, the first guy to go is always the coach. It has to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're going to be
Boudreau's a great guy, Well,
you saw that very next game. They were cheering for him.
They were. He was tearing up, and they were chanting him and giving him a standing O. Unbelievable.
Well loved by the players. I'd like to see Trevor Linden come back and coach the team.
Ooh,
I'd love to see that.
Wouldn't that be nice?
But you got St. Louis and Montreal, right? You see some of these players are coming back. Like Gretzky tried it, he sucked. Patrick Waugh tried it, he was just too much of a hothead. But you look at
But some of the other guys, Sakic is relevant in Colorado as a GM and up, and Shanny is, well, as relevant as you can be in Toronto, but maybe with his hands tied a little bit. But yeah, some of these great hockey minds are pretty good, eh?
even in sports,
I'd love to see that.
in sports, some of these guys, and hockey is one of these ones, I think, where certain players, if they have the right mentality, it does translate well into being a coach. And Lyndon's just such a natural leader. I could definitely see that happening. What else we got going on game wise? So it's, what day is it today? Saturday. So we're in the final day of the showdown, which means no replays. Final day of that. That's going on. We got a couple dailies going on. Again, we've moved the dailies. The Saturdays and Sunday used to be one each. Now they both open Saturday morning. Good for 48 hours, which is pretty fun. I like it because I didn't have time at all to get a single hole in today, but I'll be able to play both of them tomorrow.
Good.
And then, of course, we've got the Tour Stop Challenge right now happening because of the tournament at, where's that, West Coast, San Diego. Torrey Pines! That's the name of the course. So that's going on. And, of course, we just saw the new course in the Ultimate Golf Country Club Championship Tournament Final. That was Saddeyat Beach Club. Long-ass course. It's 7,800 yards, I think. Like, that is insane numbers. Like, even obviously we're playing finger golf and you can just bomb it whoever you want and that.
Sure.
But
imagine playing that from the tips.
We saw a couple holes where the boys had some trouble getting there. We had a 999 on one of the par fives, and then another one where you're just hoping to make the green. There wasn't really a good drop attempt, but they did.
Good. I like those, though. I like those that you have to earn them sometimes. And,
me too.
A drop is not auto, and you know what? It is a TB. It's a TB hole, and you know what? Like, it is what it is. I like that. It's a nice change.
Did have a big Alba. That was banger there. Was it 15, 16? 16. Yep. And that sealed it for him with the tiebreak too, which was a huge drop. I like the course though. So I had the chance just to play it once through before. But it was like I flew through it with Proteas, basically just.
So Monday morning for the rest of us with that purchased the Ultimate Pass.
So Ultimate Pass players will have a look. I believe they're going to see the front 9 on Monday, the back 9 Tuesday, and then the final will be all 18 Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll sprinkle in on the reds and blues throughout the week. You're going to see 3 holes a day, kind of like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll see 3 holes, and then of course on the weekend there'll be a longer tournament, and then we'll have the front tee frenzy as well. I like getting a front tee frenzy out of the way on these ones because as you're playing them, you're always wondering, I wonder what it's going to play like from the fronts. This is one of those ones where, so number 10 is the only hole where you can drive the green, but on the front tee, like there might only be 2 others. Like it's such a long course. The par 5s are par 5s, or the par 4s rather are par 5s on other courses. Like that's how long this course is.
Good.
But looking forward to it. So it's been a month since we've done this. What we got together with Dino since we've done the last one. Me and the big guy, Big Eazzzy, and Dino, a former whiskey business guy. He was with us back when we played the other game. Went together and had lunch, kind of at a middle point for all 3 of us. Very enjoyable time. Always fun to get together with your club mates. And friends, really. Get together with friends. Had a nice little 3 dudes just having a very nice lunch. Couple beers and some decent food. What else has been going on, big guy?
Oh, not too much, eh? We don't seem to have the intense weather that we used to, so we get a couple of sprinkles here and there. You actually got hit a little bit more than I did there last week. Was that Tuesday, or I don't know what day it was, Wednesday or Thursday?
I don't know. CC week. They all blend together.
Yeah.
But
so
we got
I had to shovel. I had to pull the blower out as well. But you had a little bit more than we did. So we're just doing our thing. We're trying to get through the spring here, even though we can't complain. We really haven't had a winter, but
you know what's coming.
Not much, really.
You know what's coming.
Not much.
When we have this little snow in January,
there are a couple of ticklers, and then we get hit still.
So you know what's going to happen. So my movers are booked for 2 days after it's on the 16th of February. So we take possession whatever in a couple weeks. We're going to slowly move, but they're going to come in and do all the big stuff. So you know what's going to happen. So that on the 15th, the evening of the 15th, there's going to be a huge snowstorm. and it's going to take these bastards like 13 hours to move because it's going to be a foot and a half of snow, and
I can see it happening. We're
I
getting
know
cold
it's
this week,
just
I
my
think, right?
luck. I know it's my luck.
Minus
Relax,
14, minus
relax.
15
Joined
at
us in the chat. Says good evening, gentlemen, and congrats, Whiskey Business, on another
relax.
CC
How are you, relax?
championship win. Knoxville, thank you for saying that. You know what? I've never once doubted the. It's a long week, man. It's so much goes into these weeks, and I've never once said, "All right, you know what? I should take a month off," because it's still super fun. But I'm relieved when they're over. It's like, whew, all right, we got through it. We got through another one.
Sure.
And I had the one shitty stream where my computer died and everything. And I tell you, so I worked as an air traffic controller for a long time, and I dealt with some very, very stressful situations and shit. And having a computer die in the middle of a stream, 10 times worse than any of that. I would much rather have a mayday and just be able to deal with it, because I'm good with that. This was like, oh my God, what am I doing? I sweat through an entire shirt. I was wearing a sweater over top, and I sweat through my entire shirt underneath. It was insane. So Banger, Ultimate Golf Caddy is his name in the chat there. You see him. So he just dropped the caddy. So like we said, it's been out a little over 12 hours now. Just insane. Everyone's downloading it. If you don't want to fall behind, make sure you download it. Him and I are going to reprise something we did ever so long ago, where we both got pretty drunk, where we did like a 2.5 hour live stream on the launch of Bay Hill. And it's only fitting that we're going to do it now again, coming up to the launch of another club or another course. We're going to go live tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, and we're going to go both do like a try-hard round using the caddy. So I'm gonna play it exactly like I would a true competitive round in the game. And if I would use good balls, I'm going to use good balls. If I need to use pins, I'm going to use pins. But you're going to see every single shot is going to be going to incorporate the caddy, because that's what I do when I do play competitive rounds. So just a fun little chance to see myself and Banger. I think we have 1,000 tournament wins between us, which is insane. But it's a little fun chance if you guys are around and you want to have a little look-see. Nox Villain, iOS, I know it sucks. You can't use the app, but there is a workaround. If you go to Banger's Facebook group, and actually, you can just probably message him personally, and he will tell you how to do it. I think it's called BlueStacks. You download it on your computer, and then you have a chance to use the caddy. I want to ask you, Eazzzy, did you played that one shot? What do you think about it? Honest opinions. You know honest opinions.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I'm not shy. I would tell you. But you know me, I like anything new, because I think some of it does get stagnant just for the guys that play an absolute ton, and maybe the guys that are got to a certain level in some of the royales. Like some of them are like you commented the other day with Silver, couldn't see a screen, eyes were blinded by the light on the screen, but just muscle memory with quick shot, got him to win. So some of these are just like, eesh. But having said that, I liked the 9. I didn't like that I had to use 9 balls. I really didn't. I know it's my choice and I can use what I want, but hey, I'm playing a competition, and I thought, well, I'm going to bring some good stuff to the table. And then I did the math, and I'm like, I think my highest score could be like 12-6, and I could get that on any blitz or a couple of other different royales. So I just wish that maybe the prizes maybe we reflect more of a 9-hole tournament. I know some might argue and say, you only were playing against 10 people. Well, it is a single elimination. I didn't make it to the finals every time I played because I had a couple pops in me from my Friday travels, but I did like it. I like the format. I like it, like I say with everything. Let's give the guys a couple of cracks at this, and let's get the comments to come in. And it's a little bit of their idea. Some of the comments, it turns into our idea, and see what sticks. And maybe we can just tweak things a little bit. But I do like it.
I liked it too. It was super fun to play. It was stressful for me, which I think adds to the enjoyment of it. Which, I mean, obviously it's done on purpose, because that's what keeps us coming back. You get that little adrenaline rush. You get that little endorphin dump too when you get a good shot. And I would like to see it tweaked I think LFC and Wevel were talking about this too. Let's incorporate. I love this model of 10 people, one knocked out every round, and let's do standard royales. Let's
Sure.
do the same exact thing but non-cumulative. So I had two drops in the one I played yesterday, which meant no, I went into hole 9. I could have not taken a shot and I still would have won.
Okay.
I was
Well,
up. I was like way up because I dropped 2 previously. So
I
I,
didn't have that issue. I had competitive people, and you needed 10-6 to get to the finals with me. So I don't know what you had, but anyways.
yeah, I would like to see it so that you kind of I like this one. I want to keep this one, but I'd like to see other ones added too. I also like the idea or the concept of there was multiples on the Friday night, so you could sit and you could play a few of them. Like that
Yeah.
Casino Royale, the Tournament Royale. I like the
Yeah.
format, but I want to play it more than once randomly on a Tuesday night. So
But I'll be honest with you. For me, it's like that second mini putt royale that came out, the first one and the second one. They were fun for the first 2 weeks, and then I mean the highest score you can get is about 6,400. So it's just like, well, I'll just let everyone else do that. I don't need to play that one anymore. So I don't know why all the royales aren't standard scoring. I don't know why a hole in one for every royale or a drop is not 1,400 like it is. There's some that are only 820. There's some that are 910, and there's the one on HT5 that's still 2,100 or whatever. I don't know why we just don't make everything the same. Let's be consistent. That's all.
yeah, there's probably enough data now because games been out. We're almost looking at a 3-year birthday, where we could look at some of them and look at average scoring. I think the problem is some of them people are so high. We saw Bubba today on the one shot over 17,000 points, but then you look at second place was at like 12,000, and then you go down to like fifth place and they were at like 7,000. So if you nerf that
Okay.
one, if you drop then now third place is going to be at like 2,500. I
Okay.
don't
Well,
know.
then you use the whatever points you want to determine the order of finish, but at the end of it, you have a prize structure where it's the top 10 get paid, and first is 15,000, second is 14, third is 13, fourth is 12, and then you tier it down. So every single royale, no matter what, the winner is only going to get a max of 15, or come up with a number, 12, 5, whatever you think an average is. 14 might be an average. That's the first place, no matter what. If you win the putting royale, if you win HT5 on the instance, that's the one he probably scored the big one because I know LFC is good at that one. Those guys score over 15. Make them all just one. It's 14-5 or it's 14 is your max. Then they're all fair, and then you can kind of pick it out.
But then you'll have everyone that maxes out in the UC will be tied, right? So
Well,
if you win 25, then everyone's going to be tied. Now it turns into a tournament race to who has
well,
the most
you could
TB
you
in
could do some other
tournaments.
things. You could do some other things as well. You could use your tiebreaker score as those accumulative points in behind the scenes. I mean, there's a ton of different things you could do.
There's room for you got
Like it's not a
add little
negative. You just say
tweaks.
like some people don't play until the last 4 days. They play 10 or 15 and they play half a day an instance. And it's really saturated that. Like I consider the ultimate country club championships that you run a little bit more of a test than the other thing because the other thing it rewards the instance, and the instance are watered down with 10 people and only 2 rounds, and they're artificial, they're fake wins, fake news, fake news. I think it does nothing that allows everyone a participation badge and all these people to get into a tournament that really isn't for the best people that are playing.
I think it would be fun to just dedicate an hour and do the same format where we started with 10, we ended up with 9, but start with 100.
Love it.
And,
Love
and
it.
and like so there you go. So they were what, 30-second rounds. So let's say whatever, even if they're a minute each, so that's 100 minutes, right? So an hour and 40. So you're just dedicating, if you win, if you keep winning, you're going to play an hour and 40, which is no different than people go and play like free roll poker tournaments on apps. And
Correct.
if you get deep into one of those, and I've done this, you're like 5.5, 6, sometimes 7 hours
Yeah.
playing these. You know what? That is my next suggestion. We'll do like a blitz day, like a crazy day on a weekend or something, where it's like, all right, be prepared. This might take an hour and 40 minutes, or Can you imagine though? Oh, your thumbs would get. You'd have. Who was it talking about carpal tunnel? We'd all have carpal tunnel.
Oxy, yeah.
Oxy.
Well, that was
Oh,
one of my idea like 2.5 years ago. I called it King of the Hill. You know, have everyone start out, have 20 guys in a tournament, and it could be a Royale format or it could be a golf format. 30 seconds is plenty of time for you to be able to get off a quick shot or to be able to get off whatever. If it's a minute per hole, I don't know, but you knock one out every time. And those people are allowed to continue along. Everyone can watch. You don't have to be entered into it. You can watch if you want to. And then you get down to the last, it's head to head on the last hole, whether it's a Royale or a tournament kind of thing. Kind of like the thing you ran on Friday night. Like you had fun rules and stuff like that in your Discord, but it was a knockout where it was closest to with tiebreakers and drops and all that kind of stuff. So something like that.
I like the knockout rule. Noxie's telling a story. He spent 10 hours winning $10 in a free roll 13 years ago. 7K people. Holy shit. Can you imagine if that had just been $1 entry? I've definitely did that. I did one, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago. I was talking to Snipey during. I hadn't even downloaded. It was on, it wasn't Party Poker. It was, I don't know, one of the other ones. And I hadn't played it in years. I'm like, I'm going to download it that same day because I didn't put money in there. I'm like, there's a free roll. I'll join it. And legitimately, I think mine was PokerStars. Mine was PokerStars. And legitimately, I was like doing well. I was just like trying to donk money off in the first hour. But then I ended up with a huge bankroll. And then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to keep going. And then I just kept going and going. Like my wife went to bed. And then my kid went to bed. My wife went to bed. I just kept going and going. I think I won. It was like $71, which I proceeded to lose in the next 10 minutes after I'd done it because now I got all this money. It's free money. But I swear, I think it was like 6 or 7 hours. I was just I was laying on the same spot where I play Ultimate Golf on my phone to the point where it bothered me because there was only a short cable, so I had it plugged in, and then so I fully charged it, then I unplugged it, and I played, and then I had to do a second top up of my battery because my battery died twice. Yeah, at that point, it's like winning a Flight B tournament after you've sandbagged. When you win one of those, it's great, and you celebrate, and then you realize, what have I done?
Yeah, I left work early back in the day to scream home for a tournament on Saturday night for Party Poker. It was a qualifier. I got to the qualifier for the World Series.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. But same thing, and then all of a sudden one bad move. But bad move, bad beat, whatever. I don't want to complain. It happens with everyone. You see it all the time. Right? Aces get busted for fuck's sakes. Everything happens, so whatever.
You know what we need to try one night? So we're on Discord right now. That's how I'm getting Eazzzy screen and my screen at the same time. And I noticed at the bottom, because I have a boosted channel.
I was going to ask you about this.
You can do this poker night.
Yes, you can.
So I just hit it right now. We're going to see what it does.
Okay, because there is a site that I belong to that is a gambling site, and we were playing poker there a couple weeks ago. So I was going to ask you if you wanted to do this and test it out.
So just for fun, I took you off the screen, and I'm going to show what it shows. This is like a paid ad for Discord right now. I've gone to this poker site because this would be a fun thing to do as like a group one night, I think. So I think, look at this. So I'm going to add bots, but if we had multiple people, I think we could just like all play poker. This is pretty amazing. There we go.
Okay, so I hit join. First night it didn't let me.
Oh, hang on. I just filled it all with bots just for fun to see what it does.
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't let me join.
How fun would this be one night to all sit around and play this? I'll just go all in, obviously, because Ace Jack on the first hand, and this is for fun.
I meant to mention that to you, and I was going to see if you were interested.
There we go. I'm all in first hand, just for fun. Oh, yeah. Hey, this is good. You know what? This is awesome. We definitely need to do this one night. This is actually incredible. Dude goes all in with a deuce 7? What is happening? I need to play these guys more often.
2-7.
I'm out. Anyway.
Nico has his poker face ready. Okay.
All right, how do I turn this off now?
That's just gonna be a mask, right, Tico, with just a sticky Vicky with elastics around it.
I don't know how to. No, I don't.
Woo!
Oh, damn it! I don't know how to end it. Yeah. Don't show me this again. Now I got to do all this shit. Yeah. Don't show me this again. It was good.
You got me out of there pretty quick. So
there we go. I got you on the full screen now because I had boosted that up. Here, I'll put you down over here again. Anyway, all right. So that's fun. So I'm glad that we messed around and we experimented with this just randomly one night for fun. Other than that, I think we're kind of drawn to an end here. We went over easy on time. We never go over on time.
We never go over.
But it's been a while. We had to catch up.
And I'm trying to start some stuff on my own as well. I put a message out there today. You can on YouTube. Obviously, not trying to cut into what Banger does, what Duff does, what Jared does. My stuff is probably going to be different, even what the Royale guys do.
Love it.
So, some of the stuff that I put out is just for shits and giggles, and the guys get a kick out of it. So, I'm probably going to try and get a little bit of a fan base and put out some content that way. Like I said, nothing to encroach upon your stuff. Even if I wanted to, I'd never get to your level. But
encroach away. I embrace it.
Give me a follow, guys, if you're interested in some stuff. I swear a lot. I tell a lot of jokes, and we might get into bourbon one night. We might get into movies. We might get into trivia. Who knows? But probably a little bit of everything mixed in with some UG stuff. Mostly commentary on my replays, and you'll probably get a kick out of that. But
hang on, I'm gonna post your. Oh Jesus! I just spilled a drink. I'm gonna post a link to your channel in the chat. Hopefully, we'll find it here.
I don't know if I got lucky. If it's just at Big Eazzzy, I'm not sure. But you would know better than I.
Yeah, you got it. You've been around long enough. Command C.
Ooh, Along Came a Spider. Is that the one with one of the music girls there that was into the F-150 driver? What's her name? Oh, son of a gun. And Morgan Freeman? Is that Along Came a Spider?
F-150. I have an F-1. Oh no, I'm not an F-150 driver.
Who's the girl there? Christ on a cracker. What's her name? Judd?
Ashley Judd.
Ashley Judd. Wasn't she married to or involved with one of the F1 drivers? And Morgan Freeman was in it, right? Yeah. So I don't know if Ashley was in this one, but Morgan Freeman for sure.
That's a fucked up movie, though. That's a scary movie.
Yeah, it is.
All right, we're done.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Duff.
Good episode, man. That was fun hanging out, and we discovered you can play poker on Discord, which is amazing.
Congrats to Whiskey Business, fresh off of Ultimate Country Club Championship win. Good job, Banger.
There it is, right there. Banger shutting the door to the French family. Yeah. And with
great match, though, eh? The tightest one ever. Great match, I think.
Best final we've ever had. The lead changed 4 times, I think.
Yeah, so good on those boys. They brought it.
That was absolutely incredible. All right. I'm Duff. He's Eazzzy. We are out of here. Thank you for watching once again the UG with Duff and Eazzzy vlogcast. There, Levi said it. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Monica Potter, Noxie. Good reference. Boston Legal. So hot. All right. We're out. Bye. Ooh.